Many years ago, the federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, designated 13 airports as perishable cargo airports in a bid to transform the aviation sector into a major revenue earner for the country. The Federal Airport Authority promised to develop international standard perishable cargo facilities to enhance their operations. Many years after, the only functional cargo airports are Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kano, and Abuja Airport, while the remaining 9 cargo airports lacked the needed infrastructure to drive cargo import and export across Nigeria. In a bid to create the much needed storage infrastructure in view of the large volume involved and to facilitate the evacuation of agricultural produce to domestic markets in conformity with international standards, the Ogun State government kickstarted the construction of a brand new Agro cargo airport. The airport, according to plan, is to fill in the much needed gap in the aviation sector. Currently, the Ogun State government has disclosed plans to conclude the ongoing construction of its international cargo airport and make it ready for flight operations before the end of 2024. In 2007, the former governor of Ogun State, Gbenga Daniels, had conceived the idea of setting up a cargo airport in the state to attract businesses and investments and to take advantage of the proximity of the state to Lagos, the economic commercial capital of Nigeria. Consequently, having gotten the necessary approval from the Federal Ministry of Aviation and the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the former governor decided to site the airport at Remo, close to Shagamu, and did the groundwork, but he could not complete the project before the expiration of his tenure in office. Now referred to as the Gateway Agro International Airport, the project is currently being constructed by Cranebrook Construction Company, a leading civil and building construction company offering diversified general contracting and design-build services to private clients and public agencies in Nigeria. The Ogun State government started the construction of this airport from the scratch in April 2021, and it is regarded as the fastest built airport in Nigeria. According to government sources, the Ogun State government is not just building an airport, but an aerotropolis with another facility for passenger operations. There is also an international testing center at the airport where agro produce are certified as complying with international standards before they leave the shores of Nigeria. And also, parcels coming into Nigeria will also be flown to the airport before they are now redistributed to any part of Nigeria. The airport currently is located at a strategic part of the country with proximity to western part of Nigeria, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on the southern side, and Shagamu-Benin Expressway. Whichever way you want to approach the airport, access to Lagos, the 5th largest economy in Africa and Nigeria's largest economy, is very easy. There is also an easy access to the east, north and other parts of the west. Therefore, according to plans, goods coming in and out of neighboring states will be shipped down to Ogun State in order to decongest Lagos, by spreading development across the country, especially Ogun State. Currently, some agencies of government have shown interest to be at the airport, including the Nigerian Air Force, the Nigerian Customs Service, and many other private investors. The airport is an important component of Ogun State's Transportation Master Plan, which will bring together rail, road, and water transportation. Also, the airport is not just a standalone airport. It is also being supported by other transportation facilities that the government is building in Ogun State. According to government sources, it is part of the 5 pillars of development in Ogun State called ISHEYA, which is an acronym for infrastructure, social welfare and well-being, education, youth empowerment and job creation, and agriculture and food security. The Ogun Agro International Airport stands out as an infrastructural development to the state and also an economic development tool which is aimed at providing job opportunities for citizens of the state. According to the construction design, the control tower is about a 5-story building and it is what is obtainable in most international airports. Also, there is perimeter fencing from the beginning of the airport until the end, unlike some of the airports with security roads on both sides for patrol to prevent intruders from coming into the airport. To further add flavor, the Gateway Agro Cargo Airport Terminal has been described as a hybrid of airport structures in Morocco and Paris. There are 2 separate terminal buildings for the airport, cargo and passenger. At any time, the apron can accommodate 4 Boeing 777 aircraft. It can also take 2 wide-body and 2 Boeing 737 aircraft models. It is also worthy to note that the only testing site approved in Africa by the African Development Bank Group will be located at a site not too far from Shagamu. One of the challenges exporters face in Nigeria is lack of testing sites for goods, which is why most of the goods do not meet international standard. Therefore, setting up a testing site around Shagamu is actually going to be a plus, as major export goods will be tested before they are exported out of the country. The total landmass of the Ogun Agro International Airport project stands out as about 5,000 hectares of land, and with the project still ongoing, there is room for expansion in the future. The runway has about 4 layers, which comprises 65 mm of asphalt, and the second layer is about 50 mm of asphalt, the next about 100 mm of asphalt. Currently, most of the structures including the runway have been completed. However, there are other auxiliary facilities that are still being put in place for the project to kick off fully. According to the designers, the airfield lighting is programmed into the project with provisions to run for 24 hours. As a result, the government of Ogun State has made sure that all other auxiliary things that will make the light functional are already programmed. And like I mentioned earlier, all other auxiliary facilities have been put in place. The control tower is almost completed, as currently the engineers are fixing auxiliary facilities on it to kick off fully. Another important feature of the airport is that it has its own private power supply and is also connected to the national grid. The airport also has 2 backups, the generator and the UPS in case of power failure. And finally, according to the engineers on site, the terminal building can house about 3,000 passengers at a time. To be honest, this is a milestone in the development of Ogun State. Going further, the Ogun State Agro Cargo International Airport will begin scheduled and non-scheduled flights in the next few weeks according to government sources. Accordingly, the approval process to get the airport running has reached an advanced stage, with the approval expected in a few days' time. According to the Ogun State Governor, the federal government has approved the Special Agro-Processing Zone as a free trade zone in the state. This stands out as a pointer that Ogun State is fast becoming the first choice for investors due to its conducive business environment. This is therefore to say that Ogun State is actually thriving due to its multi-modal transport master plan, which includes land, air, water, and rail modes of transportation. The Gateway Agro Cargo Airport project, initiated some years ago, is poised to begin passenger and cargo operations, providing over 25,000 job opportunities. The airport is described as a world-class facility and an economic enabler for the region. So guys, do well to drop your honest comments in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this project and the positive impact it will have on the citizens of Ogun State. Don't forget to subscribe and share our content. Thank you.